I also want to do things that are outside of my comfort zone to see what that ignites and if I actually do like it. So for me, I feel like I need more practice. Like in my journal,
Right.
I need more practice at my solo self care because I missed my husband at the movies. I missed my husband at dinner.
Why you miss me? But why you miss me? And all you did was come home and fuss at me.
I would say at dinner I missed you the least because I was able to try things that I probably wouldn't normally try if you were there. Because a lot of times, we try to get things that we both eat. So like I said, I had a pork belly bow at this restaurant.
You ate the pork?
I had a pork belly bow.
Yeah,
and it was
I would have definitely judged that.
Yeah, and it was delicious. And I brought you back something.
It wasn't pork.
No, it was a mushroom pot sticker that I brought you back. I brought you back something on my self-care day. So
right. I brought you back something too. You was asleep.
Yeah, I was asleep.
I couldn't give it to you.
Really? That's inappropriate.
No. I'm talking. Look at this. See what you're talking about? Mine is in the gutter. Welcome back to another episode of the Big Dog Talk Podcast. It's your boy, the favorite, Big Charles.
Pause. What? Big Shay is definitely in the building, and I don't think the people like you.
No, they don't. It's all good, though.
We're back for another episode of BDT.
Hey, we back. We moving.
Season 2.
We moving.
It's off to a good start.
We are moving.
We're rolling.
Rolling
on a river.
Anyway, man.
R.I.P. and shout out
R.I.P.
to Tina Turner, the great.
Hey, so before we even get into anything, I really want to sit into that. We are really rolling in the Big Dog Talk Podcast. We really started over.
Season 2.
Episode what? 5 now? Somewhere in there.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's crazy though because I just have to reminisce about all of the work, all of the pressure. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything how to record. I didn't know how to do anything.
Yo.
Left me out the dry.
Yo, on a serious tip, you have rebranded the hell out of the podcast.
Point to prove, baby. We supposed to be here. We are a healing community.
New backdrop, new look.
We are a healing
community. Who
Listen,
this?
We are a healing community, man. We on a mission, man, to point people back to self. You know what I mean? So it's fun being in alignment.
As an entrepreneur, as a business owner.
Give me some business advice, business coach.
One of the things, and that's one of the things, I say it a lot, I know, I'm starting to realize. One of the things that's really important is that when you know your passion and your purpose and you have a vision for your business, you're willing to do that thing standing in the middle of the ocean by yourself.
That's a true story.
To bring it to fruition, to complete the mission.
Right.
You're willing to do it by yourself. And if they've listened to the intro when we kicked off season 2, then they already know that you put in while we were kind of MIA. But not MIA if you've been listening to Motivational Mondays with Big Charles. Then what they see now
is the fruit.
What they hear, what they see, the visuals, the audio, the everything is the fruit of the labor that you put in behind the scenes. And that's what it takes.
It's the fruit of me being in the trenches.
Yeah. Solo.
I love it.
I just was rubbing your head at night like, it's going to be okay,
I love it.
Babe. It's gonna be
crying
okay.
by myself.
It's going to be okay.
Figuring it out, not knowing how I'm going to do it, praying to God in the trenches like, I love it here.
Yep.
Getting stronger here.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'm happy though. Season 5.
I love it here.
Season 2, episode 5.
I love it here. I love what you have prayed about. I love what you prayed about, and to see God give us favor.
Yeah.
To bless us and shower his glory upon this thing here. Like, I love that.
Yo, listen.
It speaks volume.
So many people have been reaching out.
Yeah.
To be on the podcast.
Yeah.
To come to their restaurant, their location, their place of business, to interview them.
Yeah.
I promise you, I am committed to finding the most valuable resources and bringing them here to the Big Dog Talk Podcast and to teach you and to elevate your life for the better. I guarantee you, if you are a part of this healing community, this community is going to bring value to your life. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
God energy, man.
You might need a sip of wine.
I'm on that God energy. I'm on that God energy, man. I'm feeling good. I'm
if it's
feeling
up,
good.
then it's stuck.
Right.
If it's up, then it's stuck.
So how you doing today?
I'm doing very well. I'm actually quite excited about this episode. Obviously it's gonna be from the cuff, but a little bit of prep. But I'm excited to share with you because we never really talked about what we're gonna talk about.
Oh wow!
I don't know if that was intentional.
So you're gonna expose it on the microphone before we even expose it? Talked about it at the house.
We keep it real on BDT.
Right.
We keep it real.
Okay. All right.
Just to share, the experiences,
all right.
newness.
So we're about to be honest and raw.
We about to
be raw.
We're about to do what we do. I even got my handy dandy journal.
Okay. So what are we doing?
What's in the journal? That's sacred.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I want to
invite. That's how intimate we getting ready to be.
Yeah, that shows how intimate we getting ready to be, and I want to invite people into something that I'm super passionate about, which is self-care.
Okay.
All right. We about to talk about, a lot of people call it Self-Care Sunday, but I don't really think Sunday is important. It's just really about allowing self-care for self.
Okay.
Right? So, but I think we need to give the listeners and the viewers a little insight on how we got to that self-care day.
Okay.
I think we should share that.
Are you going to share your version of it?
You share yours first. I like yours.
All right. So story time. Mm-hmm. My wife and I, we've been married for 12 years, almost 12 years. Together, 16?
Yep.
16 years. And being with each other every day, seeing each other every day, at times it can get a little mundane.
Yeah, mundane. I like it.
So we decided, we done this before, but we decided to bring it back after COVID.
What's that?
Spending time by ourselves.
So, yeah, we decided to bring it back. Okay, yeah, we decided to bring it back. But for me, it wasn't necessarily solo. I might have been hanging out with one of my homegirls.
Right, well, without me, without each other.
Yeah, without each other.
Because we spend a lot of time with each other.
Together, yes, we do.
So sometimes you need to be able to miss your partner or you need to be able to miss people sometimes in order to really appreciate them.
Right.
You can get so comfortable with that person being in your life all the time, then you don't even realize that you've built up like entitlement or just comfortability and not appreciate
codependency, a lot of stuff.
So we decided that we were going to get back to picking one day out of the month to just spend by ourselves. Go hang with the friends, hang with ourselves, whatever. But we weren't going to be with each other or the kids.
So I think it's important to note that we decided to do this while we were on vacation in the Dominican Republic for our 11th year anniversary.
Oh.
So I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. Is that okay?
Oh, good, because I kind of forgot.
Yeah, so we were actually on vacation in the Dominican Republic celebrating our 11th year anniversary. And we were actually at the gym. And we were on the treadmill side by side. And you looked at me and said, I got an idea. And I'm like, what's up? He was like, I think when we get back, we should schedule once a month time
to me now.
To spend with, on self-care. So if you know me, I'm asking a bunch of questions. So does that mean it's by ourselves? So are we going out with friends? Like, what does that mean? And so we came to the conclusion that this new version of self-care to be implemented once a month was to be solo self-care, right? Because if he want to go out with whoever he want to go out with, he can do that. And if I want to go out with my homegirls, I can do that. That's different. Girlfriend time, what I discovered on my self-care day, girlfriend time versus solo self-care is night and day. It's completely different.
Right.
And so that was in April of this year. And so we came back. We had a lot going on. We had the college graduate. We had the elementary school graduate. We just had a lot going on. And so we didn't really get to tap into it until June. Right. So in June of this year, each one of us picked a date. His was I remember everything. His was June 10th, a Saturday. And I was kind of jealous that he had a Saturday, and mine was June 11th.
Well,
the
you
next
can get
day.
A Saturday next time. There's no
I
reason to be.
I want a Saturday.
No
Yeah, I want
reason
a
to get
Saturday.
jealous.
And then I got a June 11th, which was a Sunday.
Okay.
So now we're there. Boom. That's how we came about it.
Okay. But I can tell how I know why I had that epiphany as well. If you want me to elaborate
let's get into
that.
it.
So you remember, our 10-year mark, I upgraded your ring, and
I upgraded yours.
Why are you making this about you?
I'm just saying.
You don't have to make this about you right now.
I'm not making it about me. I'm just saying.
Nobody asked. Can you let me tell the story? I did not interrupt you at all.
Both of those things.
I didn't interrupt you at all.
Okay, but both they just happened together.
But anyway, I upgraded my wife's wedding ring, and she did upgrade mine. But before that, I had re-proposed to her in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. And so I want to have like a real authentic moment. You saying we talking about things that we never talked about together before.
Right.
So after I re-proposed to you and asked you to marry me for another 10 years in eternity, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah.
I started going through things mentally right after that.
Oh.
I really was like having like, it like dark times were coming.
Oh.
I was in a season like, man, like what's going on? What's wrong with me? I was telling you at night, something is going wrong with me. Something is wrong with me internally. And I know that's usually like when something big is getting ready to happen in my life. Every time something getting ready to happen, I know it's like spiritual warfare.
Right.
So to make a long story short, when we got to Dominican, when we were exercising, that's a lot of my awakening moments come while I'm exercising. So
about a year later.
Yeah. Okay. Because I had been struggling and going through like
for a whole year.
Just struggling, like, man, because it seemed like in our marriage at year 10 that I was really like, let's go for another 10 years. And I hit like a dry spell. Like, we arguing? Like, what's going on? Like, I can't get it together. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong with me? Like, I'm looking at you. I'm happy. I love you. I love myself.
Right.
I love my kids. But what's going on?
Right.
Then I just come to realize though, just even like experiencing COVID. We were really like locked in with each other. We were codependent on each other. We got through it together as one, and then it broke some of our old habits. Where we were spending time by ourselves occasionally. I'm the only child. I'm used to spending time by myself. You know what I mean? I love that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when we were in the DR, I was like, hey, I think we should get back to self-care.
Okay.
Because I wanted to because I was starting to feel like I wasn't missing you enough.
Okay.
I wasn't appreciating you enough. Like, I know every time I say like, baby, I thank you, but I wanted to be like, baby, I thank you for that meal. I thank you for your presence.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like, it had become like mechanical.
Right. Okay.
So I wanted to do something that was going to, let's bring this fire. I want to make sure this fire is still, you know what I mean?
Right.
Go to another level. So that's where when you go and do your thing, I get to miss you for the whole day. You know what I mean? The whole house is thrown off course because, you know what I mean? You're not making the place. You're not fussing at us. You're not, getting us together. You're not making sure that we all together. It gives me the opportunity. And somebody say, well, no, I don't agree with that. But for me, I want to miss you at times.
Right.
I want to keep that. I want to have. I want to love. Because reality is, I love you more now than I love you back then.
You mean a year ago?
A year ago.
Yeah. Same.
So then we get here. So self-care.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
I said a lot.
No, I mean, I thank you for sharing that because, like, obviously, from year 10, like you said, we hit year 10 with the ground running. We always travel. You upgraded me. We went to Cancun. We had a great time celebrating year 10. But after all the festivities was done, we did hit a kind of like a 10-year, I don't know what you want to call it, like a little dry spell, a little patch.
Right.
What have you. But what you just shared, like, obviously I was privy to it because I was there. But the way you explained it gave me even more, more insight about, just you need some space.
Right.
Let's just call a thing a thing.
My
man said he needed some space from Shorty because he needs some space, right?
Don't try to play me like
that. He needed some space.
No, I didn't.
I didn't say I needed space. He said he needed space. I'm like, all right, I'll take the space too, right? Cool. But when he presented it in seriousness, when he presented it in the Dominican Republic while we were on our anniversary, I was like, that's actually not a bad idea because what would it feel like if I did miss you for a day? You know what I mean? So I was really all gung ho about it. And it took us, a couple of months to really make it happen. But we made it happen. And I kind of want to recap it with you and with
your experience without me, huh?
With our community.
All right. I bet I found out that you really liked it. No, I'm just joking.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I struggled on my self-care day. I literally struggled. I had 2 things planned that I absolutely knew that I was going to do. So I knew that I wanted to do yoga outside in a park. I'd never done yoga outside in the park. So I'm like, all right, I found this yoga spot. I'm doing yoga outside. I said, okay. That's when the Little Mermaid had first came out. I'm like, all right, so I'm going to go to the movies and see the Little Mermaid by myself. In all honesty and keeping it a buck, the one time I went to the movies by myself was way before you, when I was alone, I was single, and I went to the movies sad that I had to go by myself.
Okay.
So I wanted to revisit that for myself.
What, that hurt or that place?
No, just by myself. I'm happy now. I'm a married woman. I'm happy. What does it feel like going to the movies by myself without being single and forced to do something alone that you really didn't want to do, but you're like, I'm going to do it anyway. And I wanted to see how that felt. And also, I wanted to see The Little Mermaid, which is a Disney movie, because I didn't grow up as a Disney kid. So me going to see a Disney movie was also seeing if I could tap into that little girl inside of me. The
child version of you.
That wasn't into Disney. And I got some revelations about that too. So for me,
I wish that parrot be quiet, but go ahead.
Right, you were not there. And so for me, my self-care day presented a lot of internal, like, emotional challenges that I didn't really think would be there. Wow. Because I'm like, am I codependent on my husband? Like, I know we're best friends and we do everything together, but it was interesting. For me, I honestly think you had more fun than me. I'm gonna keep it up.
Well, I'm used to it, but so
you had more fun than me.
Before you, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did not have a lot of fun.
But before we get to me, though, I want to ask you some questions. Though, why do you think it was challenging to, like? No. I want to rephrase that. What feelings did you feel when you felt that challenge? What emotions did you feel internally when you felt that challenge of being by yourself and without me?
Okay. So I'm going to read an insert in my journal, but just to answer your questions, like, I had a lot of, like, anxiety.
Wow. Well, you are a person that likes to be around, but so here's in your defense, though. You like to be around a lot of people, though.
I love it.
And I like to be by myself.
You like it.
Some of us have, we have certain innate things about us that are just a part of our being.
Talking about it now, you know what? I did not love my self-care day by myself. I almost cried.
I love mine. Hallelujah.
I could legitimately almost cry.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah to the self-care.
It was such a challenge. So the challenge started for me as soon as I left home. Like, I was like, okay, got my little cute outfit for the day. I'm feeling cute. I felt cute when I left. I'm like, all right, I'm cute. I get in a car. I'm driving to a location that's about 40 minutes away from where we live.
Right.
And I instantly started feeling anxious on the drive. And I'm like, I had to take...
Anxious?
Anxious.
No, anxious.
Anxious.
No, like, I'm from the South. It's ain't.
No, I felt anxious.
Okay, okay.
About what the day alone would bring.
So are you going to share with us some little pebbles?
All right. So 6:11. This is 11:30 a.m. I journaled after yoga.
Okay.
So yoga was from 10:30 to 11:30. So I journal after yoga.
So I'm about to learn some new stuff now. I'm scared.
So you should be.
I'm scared.
Because a journal, I don't know if you guys journal, but I'm getting back into journaling. And actually, this self-care day, so a positive. Right. The self-care day pushed me back to journaling. Okay. So I journaled about my self-care day and I journaled about our family vacation.
So I need to brace myself for this. Okay.
So driving to my self-care Sunday, I felt so anxious about what this day alone would bring. I took many deep breaths on my 40-minute drive and even got lost in true Shavon fashion. Yoga was exactly what I needed. Beautiful weather, Mother Nature, and me. I felt my clear quartz crystal um, being cleansed while touching the ground through many different yoga poses. The instructor and other students couldn't believe that I was 43 and said that I looked so young.
Was this a man or a woman?
Lady, yeah. Which made me feel super good. No longer anxious, looking to bond more with self on today's adventure. That was my first insert. So that was my first insert.
Okay.
I paused and I didn't journal the rest until later. So self-care day continued to really bring self-awareness that I am not comfortable with solo outings. There were points in time I felt stuck and didn't know what to do. I struggled with going with the flow and being alone without my husband. I got the lesson and looking to practice more intentional solo self-care dates with self to unpack more about myself and ultimately learn about myself and what I like to do when I'm alone versus what I like to do when I'm with my husband or other people.
Wow.
This day made me want to tap more into self-discovery. I saw The Little Mermaid and I am still not a Disney girl. So that had nothing to do with nothing.
No childhood.
That childhood, nothing. I could not get into it. I was on my cell phone looking for Dave's Hot Chicken so that I can give me a Dave's Hot Chicken strip when I got done.
Because you love chicken.
Because I love chicken. But I did try a lot of new things on my self-care day.
Nice. I
tried yoga outside. I did a solo movie date. I tried a new food, which was a pork belly bao. And I did a solo bar time. I'm proud of myself overall. July's self-care solo day is loading, and I'm still scared.
Good job, Jack. Good job.
Hated it.
Good job. So
I hated it.
No, that's good.
And
though.
Even at one point, I called you up after I had my Dave's Hot Chicken, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
You called me?
Remember I called you?
Oh, yeah, you did.
I was like, so I don't know what to do next. And you was like, okay, but I'm getting off the phone with you.
Bye.
And so I sat in the car for like 20 minutes trying to figure out what I should do next.
Because I think it's necessary, though, for you to figure out what you really love to do.
So I'm like, do I have a codependent or codependency personality?
No, I don't think that. I think that we all have our innate ways. Like you are a person, you're more outgoing. Like if I wasn't around you, I would not be around people. I can be by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's still a necessary thing to do is become strong in your weakest area.
Yeah.
Like your weakest area is being by yourself. My weakest area is being around others.
Okay.
So let me tell you why.
Thank you.
So, and let's get. Can I share some of my?
Let's get into your self-care day because the people already know I didn't have that much fun, but I had fun, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to bring.
So first of all, I love my self-care days. I absolutely loved it. Right. Let me tell you why. I'm the only child. I'm used to playing by myself. Mm-hmm. I don't need a lot of friends to play with me. Look, I got my own basketball goal. I got my own ball. I can play by myself. When I was driving in the car stuck in traffic for 2 hours, I was so happy. I don't listen to music. I pay attention to my thoughts. If I'm not paying attention to my thoughts, I am listening to like some type of inspiration. I read some audio book.
Okay.
So all of that stuff is fun to me. I went to the park. This child, I got my blanket out. Listen. Listen, I did this good. But before, let me rewind it. Mm-hmm. I went to a lounge that had no one in there by myself. Sat down and had an amazing time by myself. I stayed there for like 45 minutes, kicked my feet up in a lounge by myself, and just was thanking God for me having the opportunity to be by myself and examine myself.
Child, when I tell you came home at midnight.
I can't listen. But look, because here's the thing though. So
I said, he had too much fun.
I really had fun. Because after the lounge, I went to a restaurant, got me some takeout food. Then I went to the park.
You had yourself a picnic.
Ciao. I had a picnic by myself, by everybody in the park doing their own thing. I'm in the park. I got my blanket out. Listen to me. I got my blanket. I took my shoes off, baby. I took my shoes off. Took my socks off. I put my feet in the grass. I'm rubbing my feet together. I felt good.
Oh, you had a great time on your self-care.
I'm watching everybody like have a good time at the park by them. The dogs running up to me like sniffing me. I'm sniffing them. You know what I mean? Putting my.
Oh, so you like this?
Listen. I love self-care. I love being by myself.
So what'd you do after that?
So here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the hard part.
All right, let's get into it, because you're just making it seem like yours was just like roses and sunshine.
So look, I'm at the park.
Did you miss me?
Hold on. Let me tell that part. So okay, let's talk about that first. So while I'm at the park, I got a chance to self-reflect. Right? You text me a few times. You sent me some pictures of what you and the kids were doing. You guys were cherry picking that day.
Yes, we did.
So honestly, it felt like I was in a movie watching my own movie about me in my life.
Okay.
And it actually felt really good, because I'm like, wow, all of my choices that I made in the past are literally happening right now.
Okay.
As far as every choice that I made, all of my long ago choices, they're manifesting themselves right now. Every decision. Okay. So for you to send me a picture of you and the boys and even our oldest in the at the cherry
farm. We picked cherries and peaches.
Y'all were having a good time. So, but hold on, I like giving analogies. It felt like it was a whole puzzle, right? Mm-hmm. And I took my piece of the puzzle out of the picture, which was me.
Right.
And the puzzle and I got to look at the puzzle of you and my daughter and my sons. You guys were happy. And I took myself out of the puzzle, and I'm still over here happy about being with myself, and that part of the puzzle, they're complete as well. It's like, wow, everything, all of the work I put in is really working. Wow. So I sat in that like, wow, look at my kids smile. Look at my wife smile. And look at my wife sending me text like she's actually having a good time. Look at me rubbing my feet in the grass and having a good time. You know, it was like a bunch of us esoteric people out in the park having a good time.
Right.
You know, so, but here goes the hard part.
Okay.
I said, let me tap into, because being by myself is easy.
Right.
I said, okay, let me tap into my area where I know I'm weak in, which is being around a lot of people. I don't like being around a lot of people. Excuse me. People may think that because I can talk on that microphone and I can talk that talk.
No, you're definitely an introvert.
So I go to the bar, because this is what my wife usually does. I go to the bar by myself. So I get to one bar, the first bar, and a couple sat on side of me, and his girlfriend was like, or wife, whatever. I think it's girlfriend. Girlfriend for sure. She was like, so are you by yourself? I'm like, yeah, I'm by myself. My wife is out with the kids and just giving me a self-care day.
Right.
And I'm just spending time by myself. So she was like, so you're actually at the bar by yourself? And I'm like, I'm actually having a good time. You know, I got a stoic face. I'm looking at the, you know.
She thought you were miserable.
I was like, no, my wife just gave me this day to myself. And, you know, we've been married for 12 years, together for 16. She was like, what? So how old are you?
Right.
Like, because they don't do that these days. People don't be married for 12 years, blah, 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 blah. So that's one bar.
Right.
That was me practicing talking to people.
Good job, babe.
But I get to another bar, and I got into like a little conflict.
Oh boy.
Because you know me, I keep a straight face on my face most of the time. I'm not like, no, I don't frown.
It's just your resting face.
It's a stoic face.
Yeah.
And people can take that as like, oh, he's a jerk or something. So I'm at the bar. I'm literally like this at the bar, watching the game,
looking like you lost your dog.
Like, but I'm having a good time. Like really having fun though.
Right.
I'm like posted, chilling back, having a great time. Like that was fun to me. But then people start coming around me though, and you can hear people saying like, yo, he's over there by himself. He's over there by himself. Look at him. He seems like you can hear like them talking about me.
Right.
They don't know that I'm paying attention.
Right.
So they're talking. He looked like he's a jerk. So I'm like, dang. But I'm still having a good time. I'm talking to the owner. I'm talking to the bartender, having a good time.
Right.
So then there had these two ladies come on side of me. And they were like, so, like, how are you today? I'm like, oh, I'm doing good, just having a self-care Saturday. My wife got the kids. I'm just happily talking about the self-care. I don't have nothing to, because I really don't have conversation.
You loved it there.
I loved it right there. So I'm like, listen, just having self-care Sunday. Saturday, my wife got the kids. They're cherry picking. Look, here's a picture of my kids. Oh, look, my kids on my phone. You see? So
here they go without me. Yay.
Right. But anyway, to make a long story short, so time go by, and I guess you could tell, like, the ladies took interest. One of the ladies probably took interest in me. I'm guessing that. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing that. Mm-hmm. She didn't say it. She didn't come out and say it.
But
I'm just guessing it.
Put it out there.
I'm just going to guess it. But anyway, so, like, they were asking questions. And, I was like, yeah, like, I've been married. I was just having a good time, whatever. And I don't know what the conversation. It's been a few weeks now. But some sort of way, the lady just got an attitude for no reason. Like, she was like, I guess because I wasn't showing interest.
I was going to say, as a woman, because you wasn't biting back.
I want to assume this is why she got an attitude.
We're going to make an assumption.
So she was like, talking to her friend, like, yeah, he's a jerk. Like, I could tell he's a jerk. I'm really being nice. I'm having bar conversation. I really don't want to talk to you anyway. Right. So talking to them, I'm talking to the bar because I know the owner as well.
Right.
So we're talking, but I can hear them talking like negative about me. I didn't do anything to them.
Right.
But have conversation with them, pure conversation. So then they needed a place to sit. I had options. I'm sitting down. They were standing up. So because I heard them talking negative about me, talking bad about me, it was like, excuse me, do you mind sitting down? They didn't know I heard them talking about me. So I looked at them and was like, I'm not. They're like, but you have an opening right there.
Oh, like they wanted you to scoot over.
They wanted me to scoot over.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm not. Now I'm being a jerk. Like I was like, you guys sat here and you were talking bad about me like I done something to you.
I can't leave you alone for 2 hours.
Right. This is the thing. I have a hard... But there's the thing, though. I really didn't do anything to them. I was having, like, pure conversation. We didn't have any, like, fallout, no anything. I don't know why the lady got an attitude with me. But I'm like, listen, I'm not moving over. But then someone else came over, like, about 15 minutes later, and they needed to sit down. I was like, oh, do you want me to sit down? You need me to scoot over? So make a long story short, my point I'm making is I have a hard time.
Get to the point.
I have a hard time being an extrovert. I love being an introvert.
Yes, you do.
So
when you place yourself in a social environment that required you to converse and be a little more extrovert, that's where you struggled at.
I struggled.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, because I know I need more of this. I know I need to get. Because how are people going to know who I am and what I bring to the table if I don't place myself in a different environment?
Right.
If I don't start going to, I don't actually have to go to like a bar or something.
Right.
But my point is, I don't really like talking to I don't like being around a lot of human beings. If I'm honest, I love human beings, but I don't like being around them. But I know, how am I going to connect with people, because I know I need to be around other like-minded people that can take me places, you know what I mean, that can sharpen me. But I'm just not comfortable around like a really social environment, and you are.
So we both told our individual stories. I hated my solo self. I didn't hate it.
I love mine.
I'm not going to say that I hated it.
I just didn't like the social part.
It wasn't as enjoyable as I thought it would be because I was solo, right? And you absolutely loved yours.
I loved
it. Because you were solo.
Yeah.
So as it relates to like future self-care.
No, wait before you even go. Can I cut you off?
Yeah, pause.
But it also shows though how you like the yin to my yang.
Look into the camera
right.
when you say that.
Because you are the complete opposite of me. You know what I mean? And I am the opposite of you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to be around a lot of people. I don't. If it wasn't for you, because we used to have these house parties in the beginning and stuff. People would come to our house. I don't want nobody coming to my house.
I love hosting.
But if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have learned how to, like, put myself out there.
Right.
And socialize with people, because I'm an introvert, so that's the point I want to make. Like, you bring that out of me. You bring my weakness. Like, you hide that part about me.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that's good because I bring that out in you, but you also make me a lot more like introspective. You know what I mean? So what I was alluding to earlier was, does that mean that should we tailor our self-care days towards what we like, or should we continue to stretch outside of our comfort zone and do things that don't necessarily meet who we are naturally to provide new experiences? So like, should I find a day party, being a day party by myself, like, hey, and should you just go to things that are more like solo?
Well, here's the thing.
So do you stroke your?
Because
here goes. Do you stroke your strength or do you massage your weakness to get better?
Ooh.
I did that.
She got deep.
I did that. I did it.
So look, it's crazy that you asked that though, because, and honestly, that's a choice though. You can choose whatever you want to do.
Right.
But I'm in a place of like, right now I'm in just strictly mission. Mm-hmm. I'm mission driven.
Right.
And I've already decided that I'm going to put myself in environments that I'm uncomfortable in, but it's also going to sharpen me in the same aspect. Mm-hmm. So yeah, as you can see, I'm pushing the Big Dog Talk podcast. I'm looking for resources right now, bringing valuable resources to bring back to this podcast.
Right.
I'm going to places social events.
Right.
That's not wasting my time.
Right.
You know, therefore, it's strengthening my weakness, but also bringing value to the mission and to my purpose in life.
Right.
So that's what I've decided to do. You know what I mean? And that would still be considered as alone time.
Right. Right.
Now,
okay.
What about you?
Whew.
I know you want to just be like, oh, hey. Right?
Yes, I do. But I will say that, like, with my solo act, so I will say, I did yoga, I went to the movies by myself, I went to one bar by myself, and then I went to dinner by myself. I would say the moments that I got the most out of, mm-hmm. that I could journal and reflect upon, was the yoga and the solo movie date. So for me, the stepping out of my comfort zone activities made me more introspective, mm-hmm. and allowed me to dive a little bit deeper into self.
Right.
So if I am who I say I am, I'm going to mix it up again.
Right. I will mix it up. Right.
I'm going to make sure that I have a few things that, I want to do things that I enjoy,
right.
but I also want to do things that are outside of my comfort zone to see what that ignites and if I actually do like it. So for me, I feel like I need more practice. Like in my journal, right. I need more practice at my solo self-care because I missed my husband at the movies. I missed my husband at dinner.
Why you miss me? But why you miss me? All you did was come home and fuss at me.
I would say at dinner, I missed you the least because I was able to try things that I probably wouldn't normally try if you were there. Because a lot of times, we try to get things that we both eat. So like I said, I had a pork belly bow at this restaurant.
You ate that pork?
I had a pork belly bow. Yes, I did.
Yeah, and I would have definitely judged that.
Yeah, and it was delicious. And I brought you back something.
It wasn't pork.
No, it was a mushroom pot sticker that I brought you back. I brought you back something on my self-care day. So
right. I brought you back something too. You were asleep.
Yeah, I was asleep.
I couldn't give it to you.
Really? That's inappropriate.
No. Look at that. See what you're talking about? Mine is in the gutter. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And okay. So I see now.
Okay, but look, I threw you off a little bit. But anyway, so listen.
What?
For instance, I'm putting myself into those environments now that I struggle with as well. Even like when we were out on vacation.
Right.
I went downstairs and you were looking for me and I was at a social event.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked because I put myself in an uncomfortable situation. I ran into a doctor, you know what I mean, from USC. You know what I mean? He's talking about, you know what I mean? We talking about partnership and working together.
Yeah.
I met another gentleman who was full of resources. So I'm realizing that if I keep practicing putting myself in these social gatherings, although I am uncomfortable, like that's what the treasures are for me right now.
Another aha moment. I need to be.
So you just gonna ignore what I just said?
I need to be more spontaneous.
Oh yeah, because you.
So I tried to have
technical.
I tried to have my stuff planned out to the T.
Right, boring.
So that's where the confusion came in. After the 3 things that I had planned.
Boring.
After I'd done those, I was like, oh my God, now what do I do? What should I do? What should I do? So I think that
at 1 o'clock I gotta go here. At 2 o'clock I gotta go here. That sucks.
And I'm a huge planner though.
That's boring.
I'm a huge planner.
Boo! Where's the excitement?
We got a calendar for everything. I'm a huge planner. So that was also one aha moment that once I had done the things that I had planned, I didn't know what to do, and I wasted a lot of time sitting in the car. Like, what should I do?
So can y'all see? I'm sorry, but can y'all see how our vacations usually go? Like when it's just my wife and I, we go out on like an anniversary. Man, at 1 o'clock we gotta go. We gotta go to the yacht party. At 4 o'clock we gotta go to dinner. I don't go on vacation for that. I want to be on relax mode. This is my wife. Robot.
Family manager.
What? Meanwhile, so okay. How about when you and I go out on dates and you're like, so what's the plan? I'm like, just put your clothes on, get dressed, get pretty, and let's go. Are those the most fun times that you have?
Yeah, those are the most fun dates. So I don't need you to like piggyback, because I already said something that I had became aware of is that I need to be more spontaneous for my next self-care day. I'm going to try to maybe plan something, just have something. But then other than that, I'm just going to try to go with the flow. And I want Saturday instead of Sunday this time. You
can have Saturday. I'll take Sunday. But to piggyback off of you, I am planning more as well. Because I'm actually learning that you get more done when you have things written down, goals written down. And it's teaching me a lot in business. This is my business coach. My wife is my business coach. She's been an entrepreneur for 10 years. We've built a business together, but she's been running that ship for 10 years, you know, so.
If you don't plan it, it's not happening. If you don't write it down, you don't mean to do it.
So she's making sure, like all last year, she had me writing down stuff in notebooks and stuff like that. And I'm writing in the calendar. Nobody really have time for that. No, sitting down, writing, but I'm doing it. But I'm realizing that I'm getting a lot of, I'm more productive.
Making progress.
And actually, at the end of the day, when I check it, it makes me feel good as well. So I'll give you kudos to that. But that most of the time, though, if it's not about like business and stuff, that is boring.
Okay. I mean, to each his own.
To each his own.
To each his own. And so we just definitely explain that we're very different.
We are very different
in many areas.
And that's okay. Be different. And so for now on, you say you're going to keep mixing it up?
I'm going to have to mix it up because I feel like for my self-care days, I definitely want to push myself out of my comfort zone with things that I wouldn't do with you, or things that things that are really like solo activities. Like I don't know anybody there.
Hey, so when you were doing yoga, there were men out there, right?
Two men.
Oh, you don't remember?
There was 2 men. The instructor was a female. There was 2 men. First of all, the people that were doing yoga, no shout out, they were all 50 and over.
Wait. She had tights on and stuff doing yoga.
Yeah.
What kind of shirt did you have? Was it a crop
top?
You showing skin after yoga?
It's yoga.
Wow.
It's yoga.
I'm just trying to imagine you doing yoga poses.
In the park, outside, in beautiful weather.
In front of the other men. I'm coming next time.
No, you're not.
I'm going to put my binoculars on.
Yeah. No, I'll send you a picture. Video.
No, I'm just joking. But you have fun, though?
No, I did not have fun. We already discussed that. I really didn't. My self-care day was not as fun as I thought it would be. But I've made a commitment to myself that my next solo self-care day, I'm going to have fun. I'm not going to have anxious energy. I'm not going to miss you.
You say that you miss me, but when you came home, you were fussing at me.
Did I?
Yeah.
About what? I thought I was tired.
Well, okay, I take that back. You were tired, and we didn't really talk about anything.
Yeah.
You went to sleep.
Yeah, I did. Because I'm a person. I'm
thinking we were getting ready to have pillow talk and stuff. You didn't.
Nah, I don't like to do that. You know me. I'm a person where I like
to digest.
I gotta digest things and process things and then regurgitate. So I wasn't ready for that. Because first of all, I didn't like it that much. So that's another thing. I had to really let that pass through and, Also, I was thinking about what time I should get home while I was out. That was another thing. I was like...
Oh, I would have let you know if you was out too late. Clear!
Anyway,
we can on that note, self-care days.
Very important.
Very important.
Very important to be able to coexist with self.
Right.
Very important to be able to identify what you like to do. Whether you're a single person, a person in a relationship, a married person, it's really important to be able to spend time with yourself and figure out who you are when nobody's there, what you like, what you enjoy, to dig more into self.
It's very important to step outside of your comfort zone because the growth comes from uncomfortability. And I've discovered that I do need to spend more time being sociable, so I'm gonna keep practicing in that area of my life because it's just necessary. It's healthy even for the brain. I've observed that just having a conversation with other people and realizing that, okay, we're like-minded, we have some things in common. It's very therapeutic. So,
and for my single people,
I'm gonna get me some more friends.
No, you're not. He's definitely not getting any more friends. And for my single people, even though you're single and you feel like, oh, I don't need to break for anybody, it's good to just be intentional. Be intentional about, your self-care days that you create for yourself. You do some activities that take you outside of your comfort zone and do some things that you like just so you mix it up.
Create balance, man.
At the end of the day, we are challenging you guys to create an intentional self-care day just to see what you discover about yourself.
But until then, we're going to end it with that. Y'all tune in next week with the Big Dog Talk podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Charles Hawkins III.
Blackmagic_369.
Our Instagram page is Big Dog Talk _podcast. Follow us on all podcast platforms. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Big Dog Talk Podcast.
Do it.
Until then, we'll see you guys later. And we love y'all. I had fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Whatever. Turn the mic off.